dear Sweden and Denmark. Please forgive me. This time I fear I'm using an inferior webcam. This is my laptop's webcam and not my digital camera. And this is my cheap microphone and not my digital camera's microphone, which apparently was better. And hopefully this is the last time I have to make this video. So I bought special cigarillo things, which I had 2 left from New Year's. Now I have 1 left, so let's hope this video works. So otherwise I'll have to use cigarettes and I will look less like Gropia and more like Bunipia. I don't know. So, cheers. Now, the reason why I'm talking to Sweden and Denmark today is exciting, and I'll let you know why. Oh, the suspense. Yes, I got very exciting news. I'm here to tell you about Danish independence. You heard me right. The Swedish Riksdagen has finally approved of Copenhagen's independence along with the region of Sjælland, which means we'll have 2 free regions. We'll get the final okay to go. Right now we are only waiting for the Swedish government's last-minute preparations with regards to our independence war. What this means is we will no longer smoke inside Swedish schools and hospitals. Our guerrilla warfare in their lungs is over now. Now we start smoking for freedom. From now on, I issue my first presidential decree. These will now be called freedom sticks, or in Danish, fleeted style. I'd like to move on to saying a few people I want to thank for these past 8 months. Unfortunately, this means I'll sound a bit like Herr Björn, because seeing as he was able to get his article out first, and a good article it was, I'm also going to thank people, and now I'll just feel like a cheap copy. By the way, great Danish beer. King beer. Costs 5 crowns. It's about $1. First, I'd like to thank the Danes who were in Copenhagen and Denmark for the longest, who have been the most active people in the resistance, namely since they've joined. There are people active before them and people who quit. They started roughly around the time Denmark was occupied, or a little bit later. I want to thank most importantly Herr Bjørn and Jakob T.K.G. Their contributions, Herr Bjørn's in representing Denmark to other politicians and other nationalities, and for Jakob for his financial advice. They have been invaluable in helping Denmark. I don't think we would be free without them, or we would have this opportunity without them. So I want to thank them. I want to thank 2 Danes who've been active in their own way as well. Anna's host and Jack Nicholson. And Indian food. They've been very active in the media sections and different parts of different forums, gaining attention to the cause of Denmark. Their performance has been invaluable. I would like to thank the Danes who have been here and stayed playing the game since our invasion. That's my little brother, P, my good friend Skinka. It's been worth the wait, hasn't it? I'd like to thank every other Dane who's shown their support after joining after we lost our independence, or who stayed anyways. I want to thank several Swedes as well. I want to thank the former presidents of Sweden. Particularly, I want to thank Danny and Toothpaste. They've been most accommodating, most reasonable, and they've been very helpful in our negotiations. And they were the ones who, in their presidency, were able to allow for our independence. Partially because that was when V1 was released, and partially because they were willing to, and that's nice. I'd like to thank Flamba and Zigzag, because they had always thought that Denmark should have at least one region. Even at times when it was in their parties unpopular to think that. I would like to thank Beta Meow for her support, yes. I'd like to thank her for starting the votes in Riksdagen, and voting yes, of course. I would like to thank Algaroth for generally supporting the idea. And I'd like to thank the rest of FBS who supports the idea. I would like to thank also Gustavius and Tlyson of DNS, and I'd like to thank DNS for their support. And I would like to thank Radsock and MSAP for their support. MSAP has been the party that has supported us the longest, unquestionably and unequivocally. And that kind of ideological fortitude is much appreciated, even if we haven't always got along. I want to thank the senators and congressmen in the Riksdagen who voted yes. You voted unanimously yes. Thank you. It's quite an honor and quite flattering to see that there was only yeses. I was quite happy and surprised to see that. And it certainly made my day, as I'm sure it made every other Dane's day. It's hard to say. I would like to thank certain foreigners as well. First and foremost, I want to thank Vaclav. He was the first person to donate money for Danish independence, and he's been